Hello, my name is Whitney Price, and I am a business management major and a junior at ETSU. And this last semester, I volunteered at Lake Ridge Elementary School. So I'm going to tell you a little bit more about Lake Ridge and a little bit about what I did there and how it impacted me. So Lake Ridge has around 517 students enrolled in grades kindergarten to fourth grade. There are about 31 full-time teachers, and with that being said, there's a 17-to-1 teacher-student ratio. Lake Ridge is funded just like pretty much all public schools are. It's funded by the state and local governments. The funding has a huge impact on what the teachers are able to teach as well as how they're able to teach that. The school that I worked at this last semester was fortunate enough to have enough funding to get laptops for all the students in the class that I worked in. So that helped out a lot with what we were able to teach them and how we were able to teach them from the laptops, especially with how technology is nowadays. They were able to see, like what it's like for us in college with the technology, especially with this online class. Going into my volunteering, I had a few preconceptions. I thought that I wouldn't really be able to help the students much. I thought I'd be able to help them with the basics, but not really with the process of what they were doing. I thought that I wouldn't really know much about what was going on. I thought maybe I would just be standing around. And I even thought I wouldn't even enjoy tutoring because I'd never done anything like it. So I didn't really know what to expect. But volunteering at Lake Ridge was something that I looked forward to just because it was something new, but I was really nervous about it, like I said. When I showed up on the first day, I couldn't figure out where the front door was or how to get into the front door. So I just walked around the building until I found what I thought was the front door, and someone finally let me in, and I was able to go to the front office, and they put me into their system, and I got my name tag that I went and got every day whenever I'd go in to volunteer. So I helped with two fourth grade classes, Dr. Podelsky and Mrs. Smith, and there was a total of 49 students. So I went in expecting to be helping like 20 students maybe, and realized there was 49, which is a lot. I figured out like half the class's name by the time I left because there were so many people that I was trying to remember their names. So I was able to help with science, math, reading, and social studies because Dr. Podelsky was science and math and Mrs. Smith was reading and social studies. So in Mrs. Smith's class, we read stories like James and the Giant Peach. We read the book that's actually being turned into a movie, Wonder. The students were all reading that. We read a few Dr. Seuss here and there. And then in Dr. Podelsky's class, we were looking at like light and how that travels in the science department, and then with math we were doing stuff like long division and then greatest common multiples. The only problems that I ran into were simple problems like students wanting to play instead of sitting down and reading, and then some behavioral issues that were partially due to the flexible seating that a lot of the schools and teachers are going to nowadays. There were many different seating options for the students, not just at the desks. So a lot of the times we'd sit down to read and they'd be like, oh, I want to go over here and sit in the bouncy chair instead of in the desk chair. So then we'd have to adjust to that, which was kind of difficult at first. I'm going to end on a quote by Dr. Seuss, and it says, "The more you read, the more things you will know. The more that you learn, the more places you'll go." And this was in one of the Dr. Seuss books that we had read, and something that I really think when you volunteer and you're a part of a class, it's something that influenced me and how I was thinking and how I was interacting with these students, because I really wanted to encourage them to grasp the importance that education has, and try to encourage them to embrace education and what they've been given here, not only in Johnson City, but in America, and the opportunities that they have and where they can go from there. Thank you.